Oh, hey, look, it's that time. It's Q&A time, I guess, or something. I don't know. To first start off, I want to thank you guys so much for all the questions that you guys have asked. You guys asked some really good questions and some, albeit weird ones, but that's okay. And before we begin with Kayn, Zoe, and Rhaast's answers, I want to give a disclaimer that the answers given by these champions may be rude to only give a comedic sense. It's not meant to be taken as a personal attack at all. And our interpretation of how a champion should answer is not meant to be taken as total canon. This is only for fun. Now with that out of the way, let's begin. Hey Kayn, have you ever tried throwing Rhaast in lava or using liquid nitrogen on him? No, I have not tried throwing Rhaast in lava. And I don't even know what liquid nitrogen is. Must be an invention from your world. Hey Kayn, could you tell us your backstory on how you met Rhaast and got the scar thing? I found him on a mission assigned to me by Zed. Perhaps I can tell my experiences another time. Hey Kayn, how much do you love Zoe? Insert Lenny smiley face here. Clearly not as much as you. Hey Kayn and Zoe. Does Zoe know how babies are made? How the hell should I know? And why should I care? Hey Kayn, can we expect new friends or characters to make an appearance? As a matter of fact, yes. Hey Kayn, what did your training consist of mostly? I do a lot of push-ups and sit-ups. And I drink plenty of juice. Hey Kayn, I have a question. In real life, are you into video games? I'm into Pac-Man. Hey Kayn, have you heard about Jin? And what have you heard? Only that he's a crazy serial killer. He's on my to-kill list, I assure you. Hey Kayn, I have a question. Will you meet with Akali sometime? Cause she thinks you're the hot one. I already have. She's not my type. Hey Kayn, can you kiss Zoe for me, please? No. Kayn, may I wield Rhaast? If you kill me, then sure. But other than that, no. Hey Kayn, are you going to join the new League of Legends boy band AFK? Maybe. I don't sing in front of people. Hey Kayn, when will you pick up the hints from Zoe? Hints? What hints? Hey Kayn, did you do anything special to Zoe in the Christmas New Year event? Not really, no. Who are you gonna choose, Akali? Do you love Zoe? Talk! All you ever do is talk about Akali or Zoe. Looks like we're gonna have to settle this once and for all. I have no feelings to Akali whatsoever. And Zoe, she is someone I merely tolerate. Now I pray that this question will not be asked again. Hi Kayn, I have a question for you. How is Zed doing? I mean, it's been a while since his real buff. He must be sad also. I heard rumors that he's a girl. Is that true? What do you think about it, dummy? Zed is fine. And the rumor of Zed being a girl is false. I have a question for Kayn. Are you Sasuke? I remember reading about Sasuke in a manga I've read. And no, I am obviously not Sasuke. Kayn, how do you feel about a little fangirl and an angry mad boy Scythe as a friend? It feels noisy. Hey Kayn, how do you feel about all the gay fanfiction about you and Zed there is? I don't care that much. People could have whatever opinions and stories they want, even if they're idiotically wrong. Question for Kayn. Will I ever see Senpai Zed in this story? Maybe. We will have to see. For Kayn, do you feel lonely? With these two always bothering me? No. For Kayn, do you pretend to be careless? Or is it your true personality? I was different when I was young, but my experiences made me what I am today. So, is Syndra your mom, or... She does take the role of a mother in my life? Yes. Kayn, who do you love most in this world? I don't know about who, but I would love to have revenge against those who wronged me. Kayn, don't you think Zoe would make a super cute Star Guardian? I guess so. She'd look more anime than Disney, I suppose. Question for Kayn. How do you feel that Varus is always naked? Rhaast says he's wearing demon pants, so to me he's not naked. For Kayn. Hi Kayn. Do you have a favorite food? If not, is there a category of food you prefer to eat? Thanks. I like miso soup. It's a popular dish in the Order of Shadow. Kayn, what do you think of the other Darkin? They are dangerous, but I am more. Kayn, is Zed your dad and Cinder your mom? They play that role, but they show their love in a way that pushes me to go beyond my limits. For Kayn, do you know Aurelian's soul? If yes, how do you look at him, as an enemy or an ally? Zoe tells me about him. He sounds powerful, but as a friend or foe, it will likely be foe. Question for Kayn, how can you be so handsome and incredible? Is that what you see? If you looked deeper, you'd run. For Kayn, if you have to choose one day, what is more important? Save Zoe's life or yours? Do you want to take Zoe on a date? Depends. And as for the dating part, no. To Kayn, how is your dad, Zed, and mom, Sindra? They are fine. For now. To Kayn, what is your plan for the future? Are you going to kill Zed? Or are you just going to chill with Akali or Zoe? My plans to become the leader of the Order of Shadow. By Zed giving it to me? Or by me taking it? Pure and simple. And Akali and the other orders will follow suit or perish. And Zoe, she best stay out of my way. For Kayn, how powerful you actually are. You've really got to learn how to type. I mean, you are oppressing and controlling a Darkin, and you can even destroy it. And does that mean you can destroy Aatrox too? Having the mental and physical will to keep Rhaast from taking over my body is taxing. Normally Darkins would take over their host instantly, but as for me, I am the only one who can wield Rhaast without him taking over completely. And Aatrox is no different to me. I'll destroy him too eventually. For Kayn, are you sure picking Rhaast was a good idea? The price is well worth it. For Kayn, how does it feel when Rhaast takes over your body? Do you feel sad or alone? I feel nothing. For Kayn, what do you think of the relationship between Zed and Shen? They despise one another, but their history gives a deep sense of honor and respect. They are almost like brothers. For Kayn, if someone tried to kill Zoe, what horrific disaster would you bring? Would it be horrible if I thanked them? I can use the silence. Question for Kayn. Can't you just throw your scythe away and pick up another weapon? I thought you mastered every weapon in your training. I have mastered every weapon of war, but Rhaast is my weapon of choice. I have a Darkin's eternal life as my own, not to mention such power can make every other weapon obsolete, compared to a power of a sentient weapon of doom, denied blood for eons. There is no other option. Question for Kayn and Zed. If Zed and Kayn ulted at the same enemy champion, what do you think they're doing inside there? If you're implying something idiotic, Jay, the answer isn't making out. It's killing our target. For Kayn, hey, how hard is it to prevent Rhaast from taking over your body? Or do you just look after him so that he will not backstab you? It's a mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual struggle. One sign of weakness, and he will take advantage of it surely and completely. Kayn, what will you name your child, boy and girl? If I have a kid, their name would be Ran. Shada Ran. To Kayn. So Kayn, do you appreciate Zoe or not? And also, if you do, how much do you appreciate Zoe as a friend? Or do you want to be more than friends? She is not my friend, she is someone I tolerate because she'll never go away. Kayn, sweetie, what is the exact reason you let your hair grow out? And why braid it? It would look really nice if you left it open. A good question. I actually use it to distract my foes in open battle. Sure, they can grab it. But once they do, that's simply a hand that they will lose. Question to Zoe or Kayn. How do you make your hair? Make hair? What? Question for Kayn. Why don't you do the next episode of The Misadventures of Kayn and Zoe? That question is for the artist and the owner of the YouTube channel. Move along. Question for Kayn. What is your relationship with Talon? I mean, he comes from the shadows too. I crossed paths with him once. I believe in another life, we could have been friends. Kayn, I mean, do you think about what? Are you speaking this in some kind of shaggy accent or something? Kayn, I mean, do you think about Zed as a father figure? Or only a teacher? I feel like an idiot talking like this, my god. Or do you think about Syndra as your mother or your sensei's girlfriend? He's my teacher, and Syndra is someone Zed seeks to build a relationship with. He can do as he will. Question for Kayn. Do you get bored of Rhaast? Never a boring moment with him, but he is predictable. Question for Kayn. Did you know that Zoe is 1,000 years old? Old news. She brings that up more often than you'd think. For Kayn. Does beating Rhaast make you feel sad for losing him? I feel no sympathy for taking Rhaast's power for myself. All that matters is what I will do with that power that I have taken. To Kayn. Is Rhaast a tsundere and actually loves you? What a retarded question. No. For Kayn. How is it after you go 0, 12, and 0 in a game and then you get a pentakill? Please explain this to me. Super simple tactics. Make the enemy overconfident and they will eventually make a mistake. And the moment they do, that is the moment to strike. For Kayn, what is your opinion about Aurelia? Looks, etc. She stands for Ionia, and this I respect. But our goals for this land is as different as night and day. For Kayn, is Kayn gonna sing another song? I don't know. I wouldn't be opposed to singing another song. For Kayn, will you kill Zed? If I must, yes. Kayn, can you tell us more specific on how you got raped by KDA Evelyn? She only kissed me on the cheek and signed my shirt. That is literally it. For Kayn, why are you so cool? What can I say? You're either cool or you're not me. And that's all the questions. I hope you guys never ask me these idiotic questions again. I'm out. This is a stupid waste of time.
Hey Zoe, I have a question. Is it hard to get Kayn to sit still and cuddle with you? Not while he's sleeping. We have hugged 9 times already after all. Zoe, what do you do when you're not hanging out with Kayn? Oh, you know, aspect and cosmic deity stuff. Visit dimensions, herald worlds, try not to destroy realities. The usual. For Zoe, how did you meet Lulu? I found Lulu when I was exploring a random forest in Runeterra. She gave off a really weird aura which attracted me to her. I found her eating squirrels. Cupcake squirrels. It became apparent that she wasn't aware of the existence of chocolate mooncake, so I shared mine and we've been friends ever since. Zoe, why do you have long hair? Where do you think I keep the rest of my magical powers? Question for Zoe. If your moms are Leona and Diana, what is Pantheon and Tarek to you? Pantheon and Tarek are those weird uncles that shows up every family reunion. Uncle Pantheon's such an amazing baker, and Uncle Tarek helps me understand things. Like boys, and how they work and other things. Question for Zoe. How did you come to like Ezreal? Are you kidding? He's a super famous explorer. Handsome as heck and charming as hell. And he's pretty good with his gauntlet. He's an interesting person, I must admit. But he likes Lux, so that's a minus 10 points on the likability. Zoe, how much do you like Aurelian Soul? If someone hurts my dog, I will kill everyone in this website and then myself. Zoe, if Rhaast and Kayn would have been in the opposite situation, would you still have become friends with Kayn or avoid them due to Rhaast's awesome murderous mind? I was attracted to Kayn the same way I found Lulu. There's a strong aura in him too, but quite different from Lu's. Either way, Rhaast or Kayn, I definitely would have checked them out who was giving off that aura. I think me and Rhaast can get along. We can go and destroy worlds together, but it probably won't be as fun as hanging out with Kayn though. I prefer teasing Kayn over destroying worlds any day. He looks so cute when he's annoyed. Or Zoe, how does being an aspect feel like? A magical gift or a cursing burden? Ugh, it's both. There's that part of unlimited youth and power at your fingertips, and then there's those jobs that make you question your morals in the very core of your beliefs. Sometimes I wonder if I can handle the burden of being an aspect. Or Zoe, what else were you doing to Kayn while he was asleep? What's that supposed to mean? Question is Zoe, what's your favorite meal to eat? Mooncake! I wonder what though? Chocolate mooncake? Strawberry mooncake? Chocolate strawberry mooncake! For Zoe, how do you feel when Kayn fights with you? Guess I don't like it. For Zoe, if Kayn chose a Kali, what would be your reaction? I can be a pop star too! For Zoe, how does it feel to be the person that everyone hates and thinks that you're adorable at the same time? There's people who hate me? Why? How can that be possible? I'm like the most adorable thing to ever set foot in Runeterra. Don't hate me if you hate me. For Zoe, is Aurelian Soul something like a pet for you? He's the best space doggy a girl could ever ask for, even if he has quite the temper. For Zoe, how old are you compared to Kayn? I'm a being of pure raw magic, have been to different worlds and dimensions, survived how many cataclysmic events, experienced solar cycles, and you chose this question? Next! Question for Zoe. Have you ever been to Zon? Yes! I met the most interesting girl. She calls herself Jinx. She makes things explode and she hangs out with a Yordle too. We got along so well. We'll probably hang out with her again. On another note, it stinks there. They need to work on their sewers, and honestly, the town could use a touch of purple and pink. Question for Zoe. For living about over 1,000 years, how come you still can't unlock your full potential when using your power? Feels bad you can't travel all the places of the universe. Well, if you put it like that, I guess it is pretty sad, but then again, 1,000 years is such a short time for an aspect. The last time the aspect of war got a new host was during the Darken War, and that's how many years ago? I'm quite new to the whole host thing, which explains why I'm not as experienced as my peers, but I have been to different universes. Just not as many as other aspects. Question for Zoe. Will you finally be friends with Lux? I can give her a chance. I guess. Maybe. We'll see. Ugh. Dear Zoe, you had come in this game as a granny loli, so no one will... Anyways. The question is, where did you go? And did you have souvenirs of the former aspect? I left to fulfill my role as the new vessel for the aspect of Twilight. There's worlds to herald and jobs to complete. The only souvenir I got from the former aspect were the responsibilities she left behind before passing. Does the aspect itself count as a souvenir? Technically, it used to be the other vessels. To Zoe, does Aurelian Soul use black holes as a toilet? Who are you and how'd you know about my not-so-potty-trained dragon's disgusting habits? Are you one of those cosmic police owls Sunmom's been talking about? Are you here to arrest my dog? Poor Zoe, where do you buy your chocolate mooncakes? Or do you make them yourself? I got them from Uncle Pantheon. He's the best baker around. But I guess in Runeterra, Ionia has the best chocolate mooncakes. They even combined it with strawberries. And thus the decadent chocolate strawberry mooncake was born. For Zoe, what did it feel like when you became an aspect? And are you worried about what will happen when the aspect of Twilight leaves your body? It felt like a surge of power. Very heavy power. It was, as the Vastians would put it, wild cataclysmic magic that surged within me and then suddenly just settled. After I realized it, I looked different and I felt different. A good kind of different. I'm not too worried about the aspect leaving my body though. I mean, the only time it will is when I either die or give it away, and that won't happen anytime soon. Not by a long shot. I hope. Zoe, how old is the universe? Older than Aurelian's soul, and Aurelian's pretty old. Don't tell him I said that. For Zoe, hey, did you make Rhaast go away in Kayn's body and is there a happy ending? That's a question I should answer for another day. Or I can answer right now for a bag of chocolate mooncakes. For Zoe, how old are you? Next question! Who keeps sending these? Kayn! Silver! For Zoe, do you love Kayn? And if you do, when will you tell it to him? Well, I mean... This is a very personal question. Yes, very personal. Zoe, how many kids will you have with Kayn? I mean, I don't know. Does he even want to settle down? Will he like me eventually? Does this mean we can get married? Can I even have kids? I can't answer this question! I'm gonna explode!
Rhaast is a brutal archer. And the two-men thing, I don't really care. They are too shocked to do anything at the moment I step into their safe haven. I admit it does, but ain't nothing some flying blood won't fix. I don't understand New Year's. I mean, it's just a different day, same season, nothing's changed. Depends on the circumstance of what we come across. Rhaast is obviously strong from a distance, and Aatrox is honor-bound warrior, but I am a dirty fighter, and I will use every advantage I can grasp. My past. I barely remember. I don't care, he's always seen my weapon as an impractical tool of destruction, but I always get the job done, unlike him. Oh, hardy har. Say hello to the class clown, everybody. Next. One less loose end, and more carnage for me. Love. I think I did. But now all I love is the death I bring. I'm gay for the destruction I bring. I feel conflicted. Shit. I don't even know what to say. Haven't seen those fools around other than that blasted game you mortals play. And my relationship is entirely up to which side they're on. I do enjoy killing them though. Yeah. I don't care. All I know is that Kayn actually likes her, but is too proud to even admit it. But I can see into his heart. Too many questions! I never get bored of killing. And to pick only one woman? Please. And when you kill, your love of killing will never cease. Why do you mortals ask so many questions? You're more annoying than the Scuttle. Azir was the leader. He died. The Darken War happened, and if the people can't tell stories about the Darken, if there were no people! And that wasn't a child. And thousands of ascendants like us, but now there's only 5 of us. I think. How the hell should I know? I didn't create this stupid story! I already answered this question, and I hate cupcakes! I have no idea. I lost count.
And I'm 21.
Sleep. And eat the bread that's left over. I love eating bread. There are only 5 left, I think. And there were darkened women, and they were quicker to anger than I. No idea, we have piss poor conversations. Of course I care. Why do you think I'm keeping him alive? He's the strongest vessel in all the realm. Drowning this world in blood would be so much easier with his talents under my control. You mortals seem to care about your ship far too much. I'll ship him with anyone, but I'll be the one to ship it in the end. Have I? I remember so little. If I possessed a girl, I probably wouldn't like her at all. Something tells me that your question is far more lewd than you intended, Toaster. I don't remember. It's been eons after all. You mortals need to stop with the multi-questions! I don't want to kill Kayn. I'm not borrowing. I'm taking what's mine! And Kayn can like whoever he wants. It's all pointless in the end once I get what I want. I don't remember, but I yearn to meet my brother again. You didn't add enough digits to their mortal. We were rivals back in the Void War, but now we're brothers. But because we are doesn't mean I tolerate him better. Varys was a bit of an airhead. He missed the memo entirely and completely. I am the army, you foolish mortal! Why do questions repeat themselves? I guess!
No one can know about that.
So, next weekend then?
He will wish he was dead if I take control. We met in the Void War and the Darken War, but we were sealed. We could have gone to different places in the world. Separation was inevitable. The only thing I will give is death, not life! It's only insulting if he wins our duels. With my mouth? Didn't know what you were expecting there. Of course he misses me. He can hit his cue to save his life against me. No, I die. Sad story. They are strong, but I am stronger. Maybe. Of course! Killing people is funny, and never gets old. And I hate Aatrox, by the way. The Templar? Yeah. Please, don't make me laugh. Am I done? Alright, back to the slaughter!